That's why I'm feeling guilty.
Because I really love animals. I love dogs. So I can refrain from, giving a comment on anything else than dogs.
I feel humans are more like Hitlers.
Hitless.
Yeah.
Can humans abuse animals?
No. We have no rights to abuse them.
We have no right to
Yeah.
abuse them, right? But still, from time to time, we hear of cases where, we come to know that a dog has been abused, right? We see those posts on social medias as well, right? So, what do you think about such cases?
I feel humans are more like Hitlers.
Hitless.
Yeah. Because we have no feelings for animals.
Yeah, true.
We should give them chance to live.
Exactly, we should give them a chance to live. And also, you talked about that we have no right
Yeah.
to cause harm to someone
Yeah.
who has not done anything wrong to us,
Yeah.
right? All right.
So we should treat them how we want to be treated. That's something
That's-
like
Yeah.
we should know each other and understand the feelings even though they can't talk.
Yes. That's very true, and that's actually a classic definition or understanding of empathy, right?
Yeah.
Try to understand others' perspective and then treat them the way you want to be treated as well, right?
See, there is lack of awareness among the residents actually, especially the small kids and all. Starting में ही बता दे, they tell the kids कि, be careful of the dog and all. They don't teach them. These dogs also are friendly. Instead of hitting them, shooing them off, you can become friendly to these dogs. Even the new generations, especially the small kids, you should encourage them to feed them and pet them, and you spread love. Extremely. You spread love, you get back love.
Do you think in our society, good people like us, I'm assuming you are a good people from the conversation that we have had so far, do you think good people like yourself also participate in animal cruelty in some way or the other?
Yep. Obviously, everybody will participate even though if they doesn't know.
Can you think of an example where you think you participate in animal cruelty?
While walking on the road, obviously if dog comes, I'll shoo them away. So that shouldn't be done. And if you're wasting food, it should be given to animals at least. Even if you shouldn't waste money and make fulfill their hunger.
True. And you said if a dog comes, then you shoo them away. That is more of a self-defense kind of an act. So I will still not call that cruelty because you were essentially trying to save yourself. Yeah.
But I feel we shouldn't shoo them,
Totally
even though I do.
understand. Totally understandable. But some people do it out of fear, right? So I get that. But I totally get your point. Do you think animals like chickens are also subjected to abuse?
They shouldn't be abused, but I'm a non-veg girl.
I can totally relate to that. I was a non-vegetarian for a very long time, so I can totally relate to that. But do you think, as non-vegetarians, when we consume animal meat, right?
It shouldn't be done, but we have no choice.
But we do have choice of not eating, right?
Yeah, we should control it, that's it.
Yeah.
We should reduce.
Yeah.
We can reduce the rate, the amount we are eating. Should reduce, that's what we can do.
To feed my dogs, street dogs, I keep feeding them. Not only dogs, even if I see birds, even if I see cow, even I see goat also, I feed them. Wow. So I feel, humanity comes first. Create that atmosphere of love among each and every one. Even they are also have life. So please take care of them actually. I truly believe you give love and definitely you get back love from them.
True. That's so nice of you to say that as humans we have the capacity to share compassion, to show compassion to others, to show kindness and love, especially to these animals who are dependent on us in a way, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. And we talked about stray dogs, you also talked about goats.
Yeah,
What do you
cows and all,
So would like to ask you, what do you think about chickens, because they are also killed for human consumption, right?
Definitely.
And they have similar levels of pain and feeling like how a dog has, right? And yet they are subjected to cruelty because of our consumption, right?
I cannot give any comment related to chicken. Definitely, I think majority of population, they love eating chicken actually.
I can totally relate to that. I come from a Bengali family, legacy of eating non-vegetarian food.
So I see each and everybody has their mindset, their likings, and they don't like, and definitely it depends on those people actually. But if you come to the loving of animals, I feel definitely if you see dog and other creatures, we find them here left and right where you can go forward and contribute yourself to them. See, chicken and all, definitely I can't go to the farmhouse and keep giving them lectures, don't do this, don't do that. Wherever there is my capacity, wherever I feel I can reach out, I go and help them out.
Yeah, of course, probably we do not have the capacity to talk to farm owners.
Yes.
But I think we do have the capacity, one, to first refrain from participating in it, right? Like not consuming animal flesh or animal secretion, because eventually that leads to animal cruelty. So we have that power as an individual. And once we have done that, second power that we have is to talk to others about the issue as well, right? Because what I feel is that as a society, we are compassionate towards dogs, more or less. Most people are. But I think there is a hypocrisy in our society when we talk about other animals like chickens, goats, cows, and buffaloes, right? Even in the dairy industry, right? Because they go through so much of pain and suffering. Why? For human consumption. Don't you think so?
No, see, I don't want to comment on that because when I came here to answer your question, it was just related to dogs. So I feel I can restrain myself only for dogs because I really love animals. I love dogs. So I can restrain from, giving a comment on anything else than dogs. So I feel...
But chickens and all these animals are also animals. When we say we are animals...
No, they are animals. See, your mentality, your thinking is completely different from mine. It might be See, I cannot go and impose rules on people. They have liberty, they have freedom of choice.
True, very
so
true.
It's like that. What you are thinking also is right on the basis of humanity. What I feel, I have told you.
Yeah, but before we come to the action on what should be done, do you acknowledge that chickens are also like any other animal and they are also subjected to abuse only, right?
I obviously think, but we have grown like that, no? We should stop that, maybe.
Yeah, totally understandable that it is happening because we are habituated to doing it from the time we were born, right? Yeah, even at the time when we did not have sense of what's right or wrong, from that time only we have been following the habit of consuming animals, and we have stopped seeing them as animals and more or like food, right? That's the issue. Yeah.
So should reduce.
Yeah, so but now I think, and that's why the objective of this conversation is to talk to people who are good at heart and open-minded to bring focus back to this issue. Like you said, that we think of them as food, but not as individual beings who are capable of feeling pain and suffering, right?
Yes.
A chicken is forcefully impregnated, and then they are held in captivity. They are locked in cages where they can barely move, right? And then their friends and families are killed in front of them, and then eventually they are also killed.
Yes.
All this constitutes as acts of cruelty only, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when people like us demand non-veg food, we are the ones causing this, right?
Yes.
Even though we are not the ones directly doing the abuse, but we are paying someone else to do it on our behalf.
Yes. We shouldn't think only dogs and cats are pets. We should think even chickens, other animals are also
Goats and cows and
living beings. Yeah. Nothing should be eaten. We shouldn't cause harm to anybody's life.
Exactly. Have you thought about this topic before, or this is the first time you're thinking about it?
I actually thought, but I left for some days. I couldn't stop it. That's why I started it again. I'll try to stop it.
Yeah.
I feel guilty sometimes. Can't help.
I mean, I totally understand that we feel guilty, and I think we should feel guilty, right? Because we are directly responsible for so much of violence.
Yeah.
We can't imagine doing it to a dog or a human the way we are treating them, right? But we have normalized this abuse, and we are participating in it. So I think, we should think about it and try to change our actions accordingly, right?
Yes, you should change.
And you said you tried quitting once, right?
Yeah.
And then why did you start eating once again?
Because I love chicken and I'll be carving for chicken, that's why.
Yeah. So that is essentially your desire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a very tough question. Do you think desire is a justifier to cause violence to someone?
No, it shouldn't be done.
No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me correct it.
Yeah. So exactly. So to drive this point in a more serious direction, think about some heinous crimes which is happening to humans as well, right? It starts with a desire.
If you come to my area and see, we have kaushalas and all. First, I think please go and see the kaushalas condition and all. It's very, very bad in pathetic state. They'll just leave the cows outside on the road and all, where they keep going and eating all the garbage and filth. So first, I feel the government first take care of these people. No, later you can think about slaughtering and all. First, take care of their basic necessity. Feed them inside. Give them plenty of place for the movement. You know.
No, I'm not just talking about slaughter. I'm completely against the dairy industry itself, which eventually leads to beef industry. They are both related, actually.
See, if you see each and every, if you come to our ward, actually, if you see, we have cow sheds and all, cowshalas and all. Where in morning they just leave the cows, and cows are roaming in the streets and everywhere. I think first the government should resolve this problem, feed them well, take care of them properly. Then next is the other subjects comes in.
I don't think that is possible only. As long as we consume dairy products, cows will be subjected to continuous cycles of pregnancy. Every year they will be born and they will enter this system. And of course, we can't take care through this limited gaushalas, and that's why they are left on street.
No, it's not like that. See, every government has a system. Everything has a fund. That fund should be utilized properly, I feel. If it is not utilized properly, then you will find all these loop points coming out. So the government has to take care of these things which are being funded by the government.
True.
So I feel like that. Anyway, I think I need to.
Thank you so much
What's your name?
My name is Shivam. So I'll just introduce.
Thank you so much.
I'll just introduce myself. So I was a non-vegetarian. Like I said, I'm from Bengali family. Hardcore culture of non-vegetarian background. Then I became a vegetarian for animal ethics reason, because I, like yourself, used to feed stray dogs.
Yes.
And I thought that I'm taking care of these innocent animals. But then someone questioned me that, isn't it a hypocrisy on my part that if I'm feeding a stray dog, giving love and care to the dog, and at the same time I am directly responsible for murder of chickens, right? That's when I became vegetarian. But then I learned about the dairy industry, that even the dairy industry consumption of milk is also very cruel. And most people don't know in India, people fight for this beef ban and all of that. What most Indians don't know is that the dairy industry and the beef industry, they work hand in hand. One cannot exist without the other. And that's when I quit consuming dairy products as well. And now I have become a vegan. A vegan is someone who doesn't consume any animal derived products. Why? Because they think that animals are not here for our use and abuse. They are here for their own existence. Like you said, right? Like dogs can roam about. It's their life. It's their right to live a natural life. We should not go and infringe on their personal spaces. We should not go and cause cruelty to them. What's going on in your mind with this discussion suddenly dropped on you?
I'm feeling nervous. I'm doing such a wrong thing. Yeah. I'm harming somebody's life. That's why I'm feeling guilty.
And that's the first step actually to correction, right?
Yeah.
To acknowledge that something is wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people get into the defense mechanism. No, I am the alpha. I will continue harming
We
them
always protect ourselves.
Yeah.
We won't realize that we are doing wrong.
Yeah.
We always want a reason, that's it.
True. So then, now that you have acknowledged that this is something wrong that we are doing, what do you think is the next step from here?
Let me stop eating that.
True.
And let me tell my friends not to do that.
Great. Amazing. Yeah.
That's it for now.
That's amazing actually. So I'll introduce myself. I said I was a non-vegetarian.
Yeah.
I became a vegetarian for animal ethics reason. And then I became a vegan where I don't consume any animal derived product, right?
That's nice.
And it's been over 3 years. My health is perfectly fine. So that's the first step that you talked about. And this conversation is the second thing that you talked about, that you will then educate your friends, right? So this is an endeavor to educate open-minded people like yourself, right? I'll share some resource cards with you, which tells you more about veganism and also on how to switch to a vegan lifestyle, right? Because suddenly if you stop consuming animal derived products, but if you don't substitute them with adequate nutrition from other sources of plant based, then it can cause some health problem to you. And in today's day and age, we can live a healthy life even on a plant based diet, because we can get all the nutrition from them.
Vitamins and
Yeah,
other stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there is no need for us to go and harm these animals. And my only request to you is that please think more on this subject from your end, because the objective of such conversations is to talk to compassionate, open-minded people. That's why when you said you are a stray dog feeder, I get very excited talking to stray dog feeders, because I think they are very compassionate, because it takes a lot to go out of your way and take care of these animals, right? But I think mentally we are conditioned to look at them as lovable animals. But on the other side, we don't think of chickens and goats and all these animals who are also capable of feeling pain and suffering, just like a dog, or for that matter, even a human, right? We would not want to go through any pain and suffering. Likewise, they would also not want to go through any pain and suffering. So thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Yeah,
Nice
and
talking to
hope
you.
you.
Thank you so much for the enlightenment what you have shared with me, and definitely I'll see that I'll put a word across our residents also, whatever I have learned from you, and always believe that I'm always a learner actually. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So that's what I'm saying, that it's very easy to do the switch, especially given the reason why we are doing it, right? What stuff for us to make that transition which will cause some inconvenience, or that animal who has to go through that cycle of abuse, right? Makes sense?
Yes, it makes a good sense.
Yeah. So you think you will try going vegan in future?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Started from today.
Thank you so much.